What's going on, everyone out there in the 187th Legion? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, I am Dunny, and I have another video in store for you guys. As you know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show premiered this past Friday, and it is spectacular so far. But there's one scene in particular that has the entire community questioning what is going on, and it is this scene right here.
He's alive, Obi-Wan. Anakin Skywalker is alive.
The big question going around is how in the Force does the third sister, aka Reva, know that Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are one and the same person? And today, we're going to spend a video talking about a couple of my theories as to how she may know. Without further ado, let's get right to it.
Take a seat, young Skywalker.
Now, before we get started with the first theory, there's some background information about Reva that we have to know. One, she is extremely intelligent, and she is also very perceptive with the Force. As we saw in the Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 2, we saw that she was probing his mind in real time as she was talking about him. She was sensing what he was thinking and what he was feeling. Second, we need to understand that she is obsessed with finding Obi-Wan, and she has been for a long time, probably a majority of her career as an Inquisitor. And she would go to any length to find him and gain favor with Darth Vader. Third, she is a fallen Jedi. She was a youngling during the time of the Republic pre-Order 66. As a matter of fact, we are assuming that this is in fact Reva. And that leads me into theory number one. If she is in fact that youngling, or any youngling during the time of Order 66, she was running throughout the temple during Anakin's storm with the 501st and the massacre. And if she was running around, there is a chance that she saw Anakin leading the charge against the Jedi. If she did see that, there is a good chance that, being as intelligent as she is, that she was able to make the connection that Anakin Skywalker, who obviously is no longer on the same team as the Jedi as he is leading a slaughter against them, that he is in fact probably on the dark side and probably a Sith. Next thing you know, there's a big bad Lord Vader and nobody knows his true identity. She could probably infer that there's a good chance that this was Anakin Skywalker. Theory 2. Now, we know that the Grand Inquisitor had access to the Jedi archives, and it wouldn't be too shocking for me if Reva had access to the archives as well, or the other Inquisitors, because we know that they want them to know all they can about Jedi because it is their primary objective to hunt down remaining Jedi. There is a chance that she saw the same security holograms that Obi-Wan saw in Revenge of the Sith, which showed one, Anakin slaughtering the younglings, slaughtering the Jedi in the temple, and B, Anakin being dubbed Lord Vader by Palpatine in the Chancellor's office. If she did see that, that is a surefire way for her to know that Anakin and Vader are one and the same. Now, that one's kind of a reach because I assume that that specific tape wouldn't have been kept around, but if it was, that's a way that she would know. Theory number 3 is getting a little bit drastic. So, we know that there is familiarity between Anakin Skywalker and the younglings.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
So we know that they know him. They probably look up to him because Anakin is one of the most famous Jedi in the Jedi Order. He's one of the most famous generals in the Grand Army of the Republic. So I can imagine that a lot of the younglings would idolize Anakin Skywalker and want to be like him. And if they are familiar with him, they probably recognize him not only in person, but through the Force. Now, fast forward to Reva becoming an Inquisitor years later. She can probably sense that there's a similarity between Vader, who is leading Inquisitor training at some points, and Anakin Skywalker. I'm thinking maybe she was able to use the Force the same way she used it on Obi-Wan to get insight and maybe probe Vader's mind in a way. And she would use context clues from previous theories like seeing him in the temple or new Vader, new Sith Lord that came out of nowhere. It's possible. Now, this one's kind of a stretch because I feel like Vader would have his guards high and not let people probe his mind. But it's just a theory. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. We'll see. I think theory 4 is the biggest stretch out of all of them because it's based around the fact that the Grand Inquisitor actually secretly knew the identity of Darth Vader as formerly Anakin Skywalker. Now, we know the Grand Inquisitor had unrestricted access to the Jedi archives, and if he did, and he were to research Anakin Skywalker, he could probably figure out using context clues that he later became Vader. And if he did, he would also have access to the security holograms that I mentioned earlier, where he sees that Anakin kills all the younglings, storms the temple, and he was dubbed Lord Vader by Palpatine. Now, another aspect of this theory is that the Grand Inquisitor used to be a temple guard, and he actually helped Order 66 come to fruition. And if he did, he probably knew that Anakin Skywalker is not someone to attack or someone to sabotage. And if he knows that, he can probably assume that he's working with Palpatine and that he later becomes Vader. Now, for how Reva would figure out from the Grand Inquisitor, I don't think he would tell her. I think that maybe she would be able to, again, use her abilities with the Force to figure that information out and give herself more reassurance based on her knowledge or her suspicions that Vader may be Anakin Skywalker. Those are my 4 theories, but there's always the chance that maybe Reva just overheard a clone yelling at Anakin saying, "Lord Vader!" in the Jedi Temple, or she was lying to Ob-wan, she's trying to trick him, and she just had a lucky guess. Or maybe she did make the connection through her research. Either way, we're going to find out, I assume, in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show soon, and I can't wait to find out the story behind it. What do you guys think? So that is it for my YouTube video, guys. If you watched all the way through, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe, drop a like, a dislike if you don't like, comment. I'll try to comment back. I look at all the comments. Thank you for being here. If you guys don't already, follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter, follow my Twitch, TikTok, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, Dunny Nation, and may the Force be with you.